Good morning, ICCA. Good morning, Dubai. Well, let's try this. I've got up early, so I want you to get participated. Good morning, ICCA. Good morning, Dubai. Sabah El Kiri. My name is Patrick Delaney. I'm managing partner of Sul Nua, and I have the distinct pleasure and honor of being the MC for this morning's session and being chairman of the board of judges for this competition. I'm amazed to see so many of you up here and looking so bright. I don't know about you, but I had a great time last night, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, Cap Media, Steve and Martin Lewis. So thank you for a great night. I was kind of in the groove last night. I have to tell you that. I was kind of, I was feeling, something. I'm actually not a bad dancer at all. I was kind of moving around because I can still hear the music in my ear when I woke up. But I also have to say, I heard those words of my children who said, Dad, to dance, you've got to move the top part of your body and the bottom part of your body in some kind of logical syncopation. So apologies for all those I stood on, but I had a great time anyway. So thank you for that. And I'd like to, of course, congratulate our winning team from last night, the Middle East chapter. They really did do really well. Where are you? Fantastic. Well done. And I hope you will allow me just a moment to say a few words about the second team. Because I've stood here year after year hoping that one day the UK and Ireland chapter would be like you, would be the winners. And this year we put first class air on Emirates. We put the team in the Burj for 7 days, intensive training with a sport psychologist. I think we should have put a sports psychiatrist with some of them, but they did very well. And I just want to put a public warning to all of the chapters around the world. We're coming to get you next year. One of these days we'll be there. So thank you again and congratulations. Actually, I think they were really motivated by the fact that we have the honor of having this year's, or the next year's, 4 years presence coming from our chapter. And I think the real motivation was James Reese's. So James, I know you're a president of all of us, no matter where we live or what chapter we are, but we are honored and with great gratitude that you came from the UK Ireland chapter. So ladies and gentlemen, again, congratulations to James Lees. Now, we couldn't have this morning's session without the generous sponsorship of the meeting show. So I'd like at this moment for you to join with me and welcoming David Chappell, who's the Group Events Director from the meeting show. David, please.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
That's glorious. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Patrick. My name is David Chappell, and I am the Group Event Director for the meeting show. Once again, thank you for everybody for being here today to celebrate and to reward these amazing campaigns from our 3 finalists. The meeting show is a proud supporter of the ICCA Best Marketing Award. So congratulations to our 3 finalists. It was a hot contest, and good luck to you with your presentations. Now, before they come to the stage and delight you with their stories, I'm going to take a few moments to tell you of ours, from our birth in 2012 to what you can expect at the 2019 show in London in June of next year. Now, in 2012, we had an idea. We had an idea about making and building a home for the UK inbound and UK outbound meetings and events industry. And after some hard work and many hours in June 2013, my colleagues opened the doors to you for our first show. Fast forward to 2018, and we are proud of the achievements you see behind me. They're not behind me, but that's good. There we go. These are our achievements. And we are proud of these achievements. You can see we have 17,500 visitors. We built over 1,200 stands. We welcomed 3,500 exhibitors to the event. And the thing that we're most proud of is our over 60,000 appointments. However, we do not, and we will not forget that our 2019 event is also yours. You know, it is built on your trust that you placed in us. This, after all, is your industry, where your partnership, where your friendship, and the community in which we exist is at the heart of everything that we do. These are your events, where the imagination and the creativity of your customers and your internal teams brings your destinations and your venues to life, feeling delegates feeling inspired with lasting experiences. And to be successful, you need to focus on your customers, and our winning entries know about that. And for us in 2019, it continues to be our focus, and our focus is you. Now, yesterday, who was here yesterday morning? Yeah? Okay, so we were asked to think of a dream. You know, we were asked to think and dream big. We were asked to think bold and dream boldly. We were asked to grow our ideas. And we were asked to be creative. But for our dream to continue and to flourish into 2018, we knew that we had to be bold. And for those who were there at the 2018 show earlier this year, you know that we were. We were bold. Our event, our dream shone brighter than it ever had done for the last 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen of ICCA, we delighted our exhibiting suppliers, and we delighted our visiting buyers. So as we approach the 2019 event, we continue to listen to the needs of our buyers and the needs of you, the supplier community. And as we dream a little bit more, we are now more committed and passionate than ever to grow and deliver an event that we can continue to be proud of, and you can be proud to be a part of. And as part of this journey, our new brand and values is the embodiment of this listening and delivering ethos. I'm delighted to reveal to you the new brand and proposition of the 7th meeting show, which places you, your teams, your venues and your customers and your destinations at the heart of the UK meetings industry, in front of thousands of UK inbound, UK outbound meeting buyers. Fellow ICCA members, our focus will always be on you. It will always be on your customers. We will continue to delight our exhibitors, and we will inspire those visitors who attend our event. The 2019 event is already shaping up to be our best, and our focus is all about delivering you more. More buyers, more one-to-one meetings, and more networking opportunities. And if you have not seen the event before, you can now see the event in action.
The meeting show is a brilliant show.
It's a big showcase event for the meetings industry.
It gets everybody together under one roof.
It's a great opportunity to get to meet a lot of people in one place. So you get to see everybody in the industry, from venues, suppliers, and also just colleagues and friends.
You cannot beat the face-to-face experience of meeting and chatting.
It's a building a network, making contacts, being seen. And this sort of event is just perfect for that.
There's a really good diversity and a richness of stands.
So many international exhibitors, so many international buyers.
This is the perfect platform for us to network, meet new clients, and even actually meet again with our existing partners as well.
I think it's a great mix. You get everything from your event visitor buyers, from agency, corporate, and association.
It's brand exposure, brand awareness.
The educational session, I really like that because there's always good speakers.
You really, really feel like you are able to expand your knowledge whilst you're here. Life is about learning, and unless you come along, you're never going to learn anything.
But above all and most of all, to have those face-to-face meetings.
Ladies and gentlemen of ICCA, we are living our dream at the meeting show. I invite you to come. I invite you to visit. I invite you to exhibit too in June in 2019. And if you do come, if you do visit and exhibit, the team and I will help you fulfill your business dreams too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Well done. Thank you. Very important to put the clicker back. Keep reminding me of that fact. So, ICCA Best Marketing Awards. Really important. And it's unique in many ways. But one way in particular is that you, the audience, have the power of 50% of the votes. So we want to make sure all of your devices are working and that you can vote. So right around the room, we have my ICCA colleagues who work very, very hard. But I just want to do a little test to make sure you are able to vote as you wish. So if you turn on your devices. Now, if your devices are just starting first thing this morning, it may be a bit like myself or you, a little bit slow to start, so don't panic. Let the app load. So go to your ICCA app. Then go to the icon for voting. If you click on that icon, you should be led into the BMA voting. If anybody's having any difficulty, just raise your hand. We have the ICCA team who will come around and help you solve that problem. There's 2 people, 3. Mika, just two or three at the beginning, at the top. Yeah. Really important that everybody can vote. Super. I'm looking around, I don't see any other hands standing. That's great. Wait, pardon me, there's 1 lady, 2 ladies, 3 ladies. This is not an auction. I'm not looking for more people now. But do keep your hands up. Is it a lady in the front here? This lady in red. Great. Very important that everybody can vote. And you might use this opportunity, if you like me, to find your glasses, because that normally is what I miss. And then when I go to vote, I can't find the offending article. Great. Okay, good. 1 more lady. Are you waving at me, or you have there's a lady down here at the back. Joanne, if you wouldn't mind. Super. Okay, great. We're going to do a little test vote just to make sure everything is working. 1 more. It's a gentleman this time. And a lady. Okay, great. And a gentleman. I think it's a gentleman. I recognize him anyway, that's for sure. at the right-hand side. I think people are just looking for attention. They're just waving their hands up here. It's good. If we got everybody. So we're going to go on and try that, that test vote now. Meet just over here on the extreme left. Great. So, let's have a little test. Willie, there you go. Thank you. And see how we prepared these slides a long time ago. We just knew who was going to win. So just on our test question, of course, is which chapter won the CAT Games last night? Was it 1, Middle East chapter, 2, Central European, or none of the above? And you should know the answer to this one. And we'll just make sure that everybody's device is working, and we'll check that. Super. Great. We're ready to go. So what have we got in store for you this morning? What's our promise that you got up? The promise is that you will have a wonderful, engaging, stimulating presentations. You'll learn how one destination used digital marketing to share its expertise all over the world. You'll learn about another destination that measures not only the immediate impact of the conference, but the impact beyond the conference itself, both in economic and social terms. And you'll learn about a destination who uses its superpowers to right some of the great wrongs in the world, a tale of cybersecurity. I have no doubt, if you listen to these presentations, that you will take ideas, you'll be stimulated, you'll be able to take those innovations, probably change them, tweak them, or maybe, as we say in research and development, rip off and duplicate those ideas and use them in your own businesses, in your own destinations to create and celebrate the impact that meetings have in all our world. So about 30% of our audience every year changes. So I just wanted to, if I could, take a moment just to remind you what's the process. So please excuse those who've been here before. But every year we send out a request for submissions. And I'd just like to say, please take the opportunity of putting in a submission. We had lots this year, we had more this year than we had last year. It keeps increasing. But the great thing about going to the trouble, and it is a bit of trouble, I'm not going to say it isn't, of putting together a submission is it helps to bring your team together. It helps you focus on some of the great work you've done. And we're always involved. I don't think there's anybody in this room who doesn't have to case make for more budget. And when you put together the submission, you've already got that work done. You can take it and use it and show, yes, this is what our company does. This is what our destination does. So we ask for those submissions to come in. We ask them to come in by mid-September. So you've plenty of time for next year. And then the judges meet and we go through in detail all of the submissions and we select 3 that are going to be here at the Congress to present in front of you. And as I said, one of the great things about this competition is that you, the audience, get to vote 50%. 50% of the votes are in your power. And then the winner will be announced on Wednesday. So you've got to turn up for the final session. Do not bother asking me at any stage, even if I'm in the middle of a dance and I really am in the groove, I will not tell you who won. None of the judges will tell you who won. So you must turn up and our president will announce the winner. So, we'll move on, Marlene. What were the criteria? I know you know these, but just so we're all together on the same page. The criteria were around innovation and creativity. How did the finalists address the challenge in an innovative and a creative way? What was the research and rationale? What was the logic behind their solution? What was the return on investment? Because we all have to show return on investment. And how clearly were the objectives which were enunciated at the beginning of the project, how clearly were they met? And then finally, because it's a live presentation, how well was that presentation communicated? Did you understand it? Did you feel its impact? Did you understand that this, in fact, started in a logical point and went through until the end? Thanks, Marlene. So who's our judging panel? Our judging panel, and by the way, each one of these judges, we have all had the pleasure and the challenge of winning this award. We have Dawn Baldwin from the Halifax Convention Bureau. We have David Chappell from the Meeting Show, our sponsor. We have my good self, Patrick Delaney from Suam Nua. We have Juan Jose Garcia from Barcelo Congreso, our board liaison and a great supporter. Tracy Hallowell from London and Partners, and Anya Stas from Flanders Meetings and Conventions Antwerp. Could I ask our judges to stand, and could I ask you to please join with me in thanking them for all the work they put in. So, who are our finalists? Because these are the real winners. These are the people who have come through the process, who are recognised. We have from Visit Scotland Business Events, Rory Archibald. Rory, if you'd like to stand. We have from the Serbian Convention Bureau, Igor Kovacevic. Igor. And from the Hague Convention Bureau, Tajeja Pivic Kusayer and Bas Schott. Now that took me a lot of work. No, don't just clap, stand up, because these people are winners. I want you all to stand up because you know what it's like to get to this stage. It's fantastic, it's so much work. Woo! Thank you so much. It's hard to put the presentations together, but to stand up, we all make presentations, but to stand up in front of your peers as well, it's probably doubly difficult. So thank you so much for all of the effort you made. You are each and every one a winner. So let's go. We're at that stage. On a rotation which was drawn on a random basis, our first presentation will be from Visit Scotland Business Events, and Rory Archibald will make the presentation. Rory, please join us on stage.
Events create ideas, and a single idea has the possibility to change the world. This is the very foundation of Visit Scotland's first digital campaign specifically for the business events market, which launched in November of 2017. Its format is unique for our industry, and it creates a unifying voice from Scotland to the world. We're in an era of an ever-changing landscape of increasing competition, emerging destinations. Now is the time to engage our association partners with new engagement and shared values. Now is the time for Scotland to transform its global message for a global audience. We all know that all destinations have hotels, they have conference centres, they have airports, they have cultural identities. But where sector and academic credentials take precedence in many decision-making, where the opportunity for collaboration and new ideas is a priority, where the potential to showcase business events as a tool for economic and social progress, where does Scotland sit? When you think of legends and you think of Scotland, your mind might be drawn to the Loch Ness Monster, who has guarded the shores of Loch Ness for centuries, and some say she still does to this day. You may think of over 1,000 castles which litter our landscape and our incredible, rich history. Or your mind might even go to that cheeky wee scamp, the haggis, who roams the highlands of Scotland, and if you grab him, he makes a delicious meal for the entire family. This is all absolutely correct. These legends and many more are just one of the reasons why Scotland welcomes millions of visitors each and every year. However, when we talk about business events and we talk about legends, we are referencing legends such as Valkyrie, a robot built by NASA and being programmed and developed in the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics. We're referencing legends such as Dolly the sheep, the world's first cloned mammal from the Rosalind Institute. We're talking about life-changing legends, such as the MRI body scanner developed in the city of Aberdeen. How many destinations can claim centuries of innovation? 5 universities in the world's top 200, who can genuinely say that their pioneering spirit has helped change the world. Scotland can. The energy capital of Europe, Europe's largest informatics centre, Europe's largest manufacturer of small satellites, and the only V&A design museum outside of London, all call Scotland home. Since the dawn of the Scottish Enlightenment, Scotland truly has helped shape the modern world. It really has. The Legends offers associations a platform to engage with Scottish expertise, with Scottish research, with Scottish knowledge. Legends is a 24-month campaign. Within that 24 months, we are showcasing, through the power of social media, 12 of Scotland and the world's most important and exciting sectors. Each of those sectors is highlighted exclusively and consecutively for a 2-month period. Within that 2 months, our cities and our regions have the opportunity and dedicated weeks to showcase their sector strengths, using their own voice, their own branding, their own style, but united with one message: Scotland, where ideas become legend. On the run-up to launch, we held 8 workshops throughout the nation. We revealed legends to over 150 business events professionals, universities, research institutes, knowledge centres, and government agencies. This resulted in articles, blogs, and videos being produced and shown on social media to the world from all across Scotland, including the Scottish Association for Marine Science in Oban, the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, the Oil and Gas Innovation Centre in Aberdeen, the University of the Highlands and Islands in the Highlands, funny enough. Our 4 convention bureau cities of Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Dundee, and Glasgow rallied their members and create a strong and powerful voice for each sector throughout the Legends movement. So 12 months in, halfway through, where are we? Have we made an impact with a campaign the likes we have never done before? Have we made an impact and engaged the association world on a new level? Have we unified the business events industry in Scotland to speak with one voice to the world? Absolutely. Over 70 organisations have been engaged with Legends since we began, which has resulted in over 200 pieces of content being issued, distributed, and published through social media, showcasing Scottish expertise to the world. over 78 articles featuring legends have been published internationally, giving us over 22.6 million global PR reach. Our hashtag, Ideas Become Legend, has attained 60 million impressions since we launched, and that's as of last week. And each impression is generated through organic means only, as zero paid promotion goes into this campaign. 2.3 million euros worth of economic benefit has been confirmed for Scotland. And more excitingly, there's 10.6 million euros worth of potential economic benefit being generated in the last 12 months. All of this has been achieved with an approximate campaign spend from Visit Scotland of just over €2,000. Legends was designed to be a collaborative campaign of low cost but high impact. Any business events organisation, university, research institute, knowledge centre can join the campaign without having to worry about marketing budget. We've utilised the team within Visit Scotland Business Events itself to create our own content, to control our own social media, to conduct our own research without the use of external agencies. Now, stats, figures are all well and good, and they do play an important part in the Legends story, but Legends is more. Legends has united a Scottish business events industry like never before. Cities and regions are liking and sharing each other's content. The Scottish Government is an active contributor and distributor. And it goes even further. In September of 2018, Legends contributed to the establishment of FinTech Scotland Fortnight, a festival of conferences and meetups that took place across Scotland, hosting over 30 events in 5 different cities, welcoming over 2,500 delegates. Legends' legacy is that this event has now become an annual occurrence, with 2019 planning and growth already underway. 2018 is also the year of young people, unfortunately a category I can no longer say I apply to. But Legends is playing its part by running a competition to find Scottish young legends who've contributed outstandingly to any sector highlighted within the campaign. The winners are going to be announced next week at our 1-year Legends anniversary, and their work will feature throughout the campaign in 2019. Legends has shown that the power of partnership in our industry over spend can create exciting results. Legends has shown that collaboration in our industry creates powerful connections and a strong, unified voice for business events. Legends is more than a campaign. Legends has changed a Scottish narrative. It has engaged the association world on an entirely new level. It is creating lasting relationships. Legends is showcasing unparalleled collaboration, partnership, and engagement opportunities with the Scottish knowledge economy. Legends is showcasing the importance of legacy and the importance of having shared values. Business events are a key tool for economic and social progress. Business events create ideas that change the world. In Scotland, your ideas become legend. Thank you, ICCA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rory. Our next presentation will be from the Serbian Convention Bureau, and I'd like to ask you to welcome on stage Igor Kovacevic.
Thank you, Patrick. Just a clicker. Dear ICCA friends, dear colleagues, it is my great chance and a great opportunity to be here to tell you a little bit what we do back at home. And I really believe in this project because I was involved for 10 years or so, and current situation says that it's not going to end until 2025. But this is a little story about us at the beginning. This is a working philosophy, and I'm pretty sure that we match working philosophy of every bureau here in the world. What we did as a bureau is that we actually looking after the economic effects of our meetings and events. Why we do that? Because politicians only understand figures, right? And that is the reason why we in the last 3 years reported 45 confirmed events for Serbia, generated over 100,000 overnights and a revenue of around 45 million euros. And everyone is happy. Our return on investment is 76, meaning that for €1 I spend from my budget, I earn 76 from my destination. But although the Patrick said budgets are important, I really think that they're not important. And for all those bureaus that are hiding behind lack of resources, human or financial, for them is just an excuse. That's why our real perspective on things and what we do as a bureau is actually to look beyond economic effects. Why? Because we want to help our local societies to increase their capacities and to become part of an international network. Therefore, we see meetings and events industry as a platform of the knowledge-based society and the only way how we can actually promote our intellectual capital. What is a return on investment? Because you will be a part of the world. You know, when you host a large event, a world event, like ICCA is now here in Dubai, you become #1 in the world, and no one can take it out from you. And what is the budget? Please, politicians, give me no budget, you know. All we need is the skills, knowledge, and dedication to the topic. Let's jump to our bidding for the Apimondia. What is Apimondia? It's the world's largest event for the beekeepers and the bees. You know the bees, they produce honeys, okay? And the average attendance is only 8,500 people, so events can go up to 10,000 people and so on and so on. And our Federation of Beekeepers is one of the oldest in the world, celebrating over 1 century. And we as a bureau already cooperating with them for over 11 years now, and I believe by 2025 we will also cooperate. But it is not important. It is important. In May 2017, we decided to bid for Apimondia. The voting was set for the October 2017 in Istanbul during the World Congress. 5 months period. You will say now, why only 5 months? Because the board took a little bit more time to approve all candidates so they can actually proceed with the promoting the bid document. So we have 5 months window time to promote the bid, and we had a great competing destinations. All of them are here now: Denmark, Russia, and Slovenia. So we did a strategy, and the strategy of bidding was like this. Okay, we want to promote the bid in between the lines, but our focus is not to the bid itself. It's not to the event itself. We want to use this bidding time of 5 months period actually to create a legacy for our beekeeping community in Serbia and in the world, because people actually do not understand how important bees and honey are for the world. This is the first thing. And the second thing is to position Serbia as a leader in producing honey, top quality honey products in the region and in the world. So we put in focus not the bid, not the event, 8,500 people, but we want to help our local society without any resources to be there on the world map. So we went for innovative usage of Facebook. I know social media is not always a solution. Everyone speaks about the social media, but the reason why we decide for it is because it is the only thing we can actually afford. But we have 3 very important pillars how we want to use the social media or the Facebook. The first one is storytelling. So it's not using the boring, stupid facts, historic facts, blah, blah, blah. We went for storytelling. We went to the experience and to show people why honey and honey products are important, especially why are important in Serbia. Then we went to site living concept. It means that we want to the posts and the comments and the pictures to show how it is easy to love honey, to use honey, etc. And finally, we want to use this as a platform of our society to educate people, to educate end users and professionals about the honey, especially about the honey in Serbia. So every time you do a marketing campaign, you need to have goals. And these are standard goals, we put it. And they're pretty realistic goals because we put in very high because we always give the best what we want from our campaigns. But these are not important at this point of time. Second goals are more important. They have nothing to do with the events, nothing to do with the convention bureau. They're only related to the local society and the local field of honey producing. So we want to increase the honey price for the wholesalers or for the professional buyers. for the international end buyers. We want to increase demand for the Serbian local end users, because Serbians actually do not understand why it is important to have a local producer of the honey, not to buy it in a supermarket, because in a supermarket it's cheap, but it is fake honey. Don't buy it. And finally, we want to increase the number of local society members. What is implementation? We hired the social media guy for technical reasons. He should post it and do whatever he needs to do, I know. And we paid certain ads on the amount of 500 euros or even less. But the entire creation of the content went from my office and from the office of the local society. We use three defined pillars, so storytelling, site living, and so on. We always use real-time photos and pictures. No matter they're not high resolution, doesn't matter, as long as they're real and authentic, okay? And finally, we try to use funny stories, because people like to, social media is, you use it in your spare time. You don't want to be bothered with some, very concrete and things. You want to have fun and so on. So we went for a funny concept. Then we use the geo-targeting. So Apimondi always gives you who has applied for the Congress and so on and so on. So we started first targeting all registered Apimondia national members around the globe, actually Europe, Asia, and Latin America, in the radius of 20 kilometers around the headquarters. Then how the event approached, we actually narrowed down the geo-targeting. And when the Congress started in Istanbul, we only targeted Taksim, a beautiful square in Istanbul, because most of the hotels are there and basically most of the voting delegates will be there. And then a day before the Congress, or actually the voting, and on the day of the voting, we targeting only International Congress Center in Istanbul and Hilton as a headquarter hotel, because everyone is there. That was the concept. So this is just a little bit about the content. Maybe we don't have much time. The support from the Prime Minister, really real beehives, as you can see in Serbia, support from the tourism office. This guy, as you can see in the picture, he's a doctor, and he actually uses honey and honey products in treating patients. But this is not about the content, it's actually about the results. What are the final results? We helped local society to become internationally recognized towards the large wholesalers, because 95% of the honey in Serbia is exported. What we want, to have an even higher percentage, but on the higher prices, all right? Then we help them to share the knowledge and to educate both professional users and end users about why honey is important and why the honey products are important. And then, in between the lines, we wanted to promote the bid. So we succeeded, but the final results are the following. Us, okay, we won the third place, which is again a great experience for me. That's why we're bidding again in 23rd for 25, something like that, never mind. And we want to congratulate to all competing destinations, Denmark and Slovenia, and especially to Russia, my dear friends in UFA, they won the bid, and they will have the great Congress. But remember, this presentation is not about the bidding. It's about what we achieved in the 5 months period during the bidding process. These are the targets in the first column. And these are the results. As you can see, the figures are much more higher. And when I reveal now, on average, at least double the amount. For example, total reach we put as a goal was 100,000 users. At the end, just a little bit over 400,000 users. Why? Not because the level of set goals was low. No, it was pretty high. But because we actually did our best to create content that would drive traffic to the Facebook page, that would drive traffic to our local society so they can actually further continue what they do the best. Did we manage to increase the price for the international market? No, we didn't. But on the other side, it is a status quo. It didn't decrease, which is also very important. But did we manage to increase the number of demand on the local market? Yes, we did. Demand in only 5 months grew for 7.5%. And we increased the number of local members for 3%, which is around 200 and something. So these are the real results. What about values in euros? We invested around 1,000 euros. Only revenue generated from the demand on the local market was 47,000 for the end beekeepers. So the small beekeepers actually earned more money because they sell more honey. Results reached on Facebook are total marketing value of around 8,000 and we paid 400 euros. In total, we created a revenue of 55,000 euros for the local society. And finally, the total ROI is 84, meaning for every euro we spend in our campaign, we earned 48 for this nation and for society. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Igor. And now for our final presentation, it will be from the Hague Convention Bureau. Tajeja Pivic Kudseyer and Bath Schott. Sorry about those pronunciations, really. A warm welcome to you.
Thank you. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear members of the jury, welcome to our presentation. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to explain to you the work we do at the Hague Convention Bureau.
Stop, wait. I can't do this. I am having a very serious crisis.
Oh, boss, that sounds awful, but can we talk after the presentation? There is a really nice...
No, serious. The world has so many issues today. Global warming, human rights, cybercrimes, you name it. And now we're standing in front of all these people talking about destination marketing.
Exactly, boss. In front of all these people. What are you doing?
Okay. Let me think. When I was a little boy, I wanted to become an event professional, to make an impact, to save the world.
Well, you're not saving us right now.
No, serious. Look at the cybercrimes of today. The billions of dollars behind the attacks. I mean, just a few months ago, 87 million accounts have been hacked on Facebook. Google Plus had a breach for 7 months in a row. Adidas, British Airways, Reddit. It all happened in 2018. Even yesterday, someone hacked my LinkedIn profile and replaced my picture. Come on. I mean, what can one city do?
A lot, actually. If you're the International City of Peace and Justice, if you are The Hague.
I like your confidence. But how do we even start?
Well, you don't need to solve all of the world's problems to make an impact. What you need to do is find that one superpower and think how to use it in an innovative way.
All right, let me try this. So The Hague has several superpowers. Our city is the largest European city in cybersecurity. We're the city of peace and justice, with over 150 international institutions working on a better world for tomorrow. And we've got a pretty strong infrastructure. So, yeah, should I be organizing an event on cybersecurity?
Think bigger, boss. Why this event? How it will help? What do you want to achieve?
Well, first, it puts the item of cybersecurity permanently on the agenda of the international community.
Ambitious.
No, you think? Secondly, the event should involve a cross-broad section of businesses, institutions, civil societies, students, kids. I mean, it's everyone's problem, you know?
It sure is.
And finally, I think thirdly, it will put The Hague globally recognized for its leadership in the field of cybersecurity among industry experts and event professionals alike.
You got it, boss. As I told you before, destination marketing is a noble pursuit.
But Tajeja, how could we do this alone?
Why alone? Why don't you create a superhero team and ask them to help with their own superpowers?
Okay, good one. Let me think. So, let's say we've got a couple of superheroes. Okay, we got for this event the Hague Security Delta. Could be the power of intelligence. We got the municipality, it's the power of negotiation. We got a stakeholder, which is an innovative quarter. Power of innovation, maybe, yeah. Deloitte, power of influence. And of course, we ourselves, the Convention Bureau, the power to make it all happen.
Looks like you have it all covered.
I'm a little bit worried. All those superheroes, they have their own objectives, their own stakeholders. I mean, creative ideas databases, they're all so different. How will I get to work together with them?
Well, that's a typical superhero problem, isn't it? As long as you have one common enemy to defeat, you will succeed. In fact, you should use each other's differences in order to strengthen your event and its reach. Let me give you some tips. Have regular meetings to align your visions. Distribute tasks and delegate in order to use all the superpowers. Celebrate every success on its way. Align your marketing effort to come forward as a united front. And last but not least, please, for good's sake, do share your media databases. It is for the greater good.
Sounds good, but there's still a tiny little problem. We only have a very limited budget, and I mean very little. With only 10 months to go.
Why am I not surprised? Maybe, instead of organizing everything from the scratch, you should think about already using existing cybersecurity events and unite them under the same umbrella. So, instead of organizing one event, you would have several related events. You could provide platform, participants, networking, inspiration, and invite companies and institutions to use this platform for their own initiative.
I see. I see it in front of me, yes. Several days of cybersecurity events. No, a whole week. Let's call it a cybersecurity week. I see it. Dozens of events taking place all over The Hague. Thousands of participants. Media coverage all over the world. I think, yes, fast tracks access to investor capital for innovators. Access to talent for recruiters. And maybe a competition for ethical hacking. Let's call it Cyber Olympics.
And if you do it right, this is what you get.
As you could see from this film, all our plans came true in 2017. We exceeded our self-set targets. The event was such a success that the annual International Cybersecurity Week turned into an annual event. This year's edition already took place and had many of its own successes. We had new formats, new initiatives, new successes.
As a cybersecurity giant, The Hague is no longer hiding in the play daylight. The city has not only claimed its rightful position as a leader in this industry, but has been able to contribute to this field globally. We incubated new initiatives. We inspired upcoming generations. We created awareness among different target groups about the city and about fighting cybercrime. And just think, if we, as The Hague, can do this difference, imagine what powers you can bring to your industry.
Great, thank you. So let me try something here. I want all of you to stand if you had recently a very bright idea at your own work situation. Come on, stand.
Come on, people. Any good
If
ideas
you had a very
at work?
bright idea. Either no one had a bright idea or everyone is unemployed. Okay, good. Thank you. Remain standing, remain standing. And now for all the ones who are still seated, I want you to stand up. If you feel empowered to make a difference, to make an impact to our meeting industry. Come on, stand please. See. Go.
Take a look around. It is clear that we do have superpowers to make a difference in the world. And the time to start using these powers is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Bas. Thank you, Tajaya. So, wow, three very different, three very stimulating, three very brilliant presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in recognizing fantastic. Well done. But now's the time that we have to vote on which entry will win the ICCA 2018 Best Marketing Awards. Just going back to reminding everybody the criteria that we'd ask you to use, which is aligned to the criteria the judges use. And that's about innovation and creativity of the projects, about the research, the rationale behind how the process and the project was outlined and put into practice. Was there clear, measurable return on investment? And how successful were the projects in meeting the stated objectives? And of course, finally, how were those projects communicated to you? Did you understand them? Did you feel the passion? Did you understand the success and the impact they have? Because for no doubt, each project had a major impact. So in terms of the voting methodology, we've assigned a number to each one of the finalists. Number 1 for Visit Scotland and Business and Events, number 2 for Serbia Convention Bureau, and number 3 for the Hague Convention Bureau. There are 5 questions relating to the criteria. For each question, choose the number of your preferred winner. You can only select one winner per question, but you can have a different winner for each question. The voting will open now and will remain open until 30 seconds after the last question is read out. So I hope that's very clear. Good. So, question number 1 we'd ask you to consider. Which campaign was the most creative and the most innovative? If you believe it was Visit Scotland Business Events, press 1. If you believe it was Serbia Convention Bureau, 2. And if you believe it was the Hague Convention Bureau, 3. Question number 2. Which campaign demonstrated the best quality of execution, professionalism in how the marketing was carried out? Again, same system. 1 if you believe it's Scotland, 2 Serbia, 3 The Hague. Question number 3. Which campaign achieved ambitious, clearly defined targets and objectives? 1, Visit Scotland Business and Events, 2, Serbia Convention Bureau, and 3, The Hague Convention Bureau. Question number 4. Which campaign demonstrated the best return on investment? 1, Scotland, 2, Serbia, 3, The Hague. And our last and final question. Which company, which presentation communicated most effectively? 1, Visit Scotland Business and Events, 2, Serbia Convention Bureau, 3, The Hague Convention Bureau. We're going to leave the voting open now for 30 seconds, just to make sure everybody's had time to place their votes. That completes the voting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again to our finalists. Thank you again for coming along to this morning's session. If you're like me, you go, wow, I'm going to take all your ideas, I'm going to bring them home, and I'm going to make sure they're mine. They were brilliant. So see you all at the final session. Thank you so much.